Hi, I'm Mixter B, and this is Jeremy's Muffler by Laurie F. Nielsen. And it looks like a muffler is a type of scarf, a really warm scarf. This one's made out of yarn, so it's going to be really interesting. So, Jeremy's aunt, Alice, was very forgetful. She always was forgetting things, what day it was, or where she had left her glasses, or whether she had watered her plants. But she loved Jeremy, and she never forgot his birthday. Unfortunately, when she sent him presents, she was always forgetting something else, like his size or his age or how many arms he had. One year, she simply forgot to stop. Mm-hmm. Aunt Alice knitted Jeremy a muffler. She went through 3 miles of yarn before she ran out. Then she wrapped the muffler in red paper and mailed it. That's going to be a big package. Jeremy was never sure what to expect when he opened the present from Aunt Alice. "Oh, wow," he said. "It's, long." That was the most polite thing he could think of saying. He didn't want to hurt her feelings. Look at that. It fills almost a whole living room. Jeremy's mother said that he had to wear it so he wouldn't hurt Aunt Alice's feelings. It wasn't as hopeless as most of the things that Alice had given him, but wearing it still wasn't easy. See, he doesn't even need a winter coat with that muffler. The muffler caught on the school bus door. Sometimes it wrapped itself around Jeremy's leg and tripped him. Jeremy had to keep a sharp eye out for dogs and bicycles. It's a little dangerous, isn't it? At recess, the 5th graders tried to use Jeremy's muffler as a jump rope. The 6th graders called him King Tut because he was all wrapped up like a mummy. That's not nice, is it? Calling him names. Sledding was difficult, and ice skating was nearly impossible. Oh, he's having a hard time missing me. Jeremy decided to lose his muffler. After all, people were always losing hats and scarves and mittens, but losing this muffler wasn't so easy. Jeremy left it at the library, but the librarian phoned to say she had found it. See, it was like all over the library. He tried to leave it on the school bus, but the driver stopped by his house that very afternoon when she finished the route. "I remembered this was yours the minute I laid eyes on it," she explained. "Even when the muffler somehow turned up in the garbage can, the trash collectors recognized it and brought it back. It would be a shame if we accidentally hauled this to the dump," they said. So he couldn't even accidentally trash it. To make matters worse, his mother said he was getting to be very forgetful, so she sewed his mittens to a string so he wouldn't lose them. All Jeremy could do was hope for spring. And winter seemed to last forever. Jeremy began to think that the flowers had decided not to bloom and that the river would stay frozen all year. But finally, one morning, Jeremy noticed cracks in the river ice. Unfortunately, he also noticed Elsie Jones was skating on it. Before he could warn her, he heard a terrible crack, and Elsie fell in the cold, dark water. She bobbed back up, thrashing wildly, but the ice was breaking all around her, so she couldn't climb out. There was only one thing to do. Jeremy peeled out of his muffler in record time, hitching one end to a tree and tossed the other end to Elsie. She grabbed hold and Jeremy reeled her in. People on the bridge had seen the accident, so within 3 minutes an ambulance, police car, and fire trucks had arrived at the scene, but they were too late. Elsie was already rescued and wrapped up in the dry end of Jeremy's muffler. Jeremy was a hero. Reporters wrote in stories about him, and photographers took his picture wearing the muffler, of course. See, he even got his picture in the town paper with the muffler. A local sculptor made a statue of Jeremy with his which he entitled Muffler and Boy. That's an interesting sculpture, isn't it? The lady next door painted a picture called Still Life with Muffler and won a prize for it. It's an interesting painting. A fancy department store downtown started selling mufflers like Jeremy's. And then all the others started selling cheap imitations. Jeremy was afraid it would never end and he would be stuck wearing Aunt Alice's muffler for the rest of his life. Then Jeremy got a phone call. It was from the mayor. "Young man, the whole town is proud of you," the mayor said. "You are brave and you think fast. You know this is a lot to ask, but would you be willing to donate your wonderful muffler to the town museum?" Jeremy thought carefully. "Could you put a little sign saying that the muffler was knitted by Miss Alice Appleflinker?" he asked. "Of course," the mayor promised. "Then you can have it." The muffler was put in a glass case near the front of the museum. Jeremy's mother and father were proud, and Aunt Alice was very proud. But no one was happier than Jeremy.